All right. What is good, everybody? Special afternoon live. Special afternoon live. Let me just get all of my settings correct here. Let me get all of my settings correct here in the studio. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Make sure you hit that like button on the tap in. Put it up in the chat what you're blazing on, what city and state you're repping. Today we're doing a special afternoon live because there's quite a bit to recap. I tapped in last night and we went over a pretty dope interview. But now we've already got the recap from the interview, which is what we're going to be going over today. I'm about to twist up some Drunken Monkey myself. Got a dope strain on deck. Drunken Monkey, you guys. Don't know if you guys have heard of it, smoked it yourself, but that's what I'm blazing on for today's episode. That's what I'm blazing on for today's episode. Make sure you put it in the chat where you're tapping in from, what city, what state, also what you're blazing. Let me know, you guys. We're going to interact a little bit, and then we got to get into the live stream because Wack 100 has responded to Gillie. Wack has responded to Jay Prince as well. But everybody has been following Gillie and Wack for the last few weeks. We touched back on the first time Wack 100 was brought on to $1 million worth of game with Gillie and Wallow in a solo capacity. We touched on that interview a few weeks back, or a week or so back, and quite the conversation they all had. Quite the conversation that they all had, you guys. But Gillie, Wallow, Wack 100, they've all gone on to do a whole lot of things, between appearing on various podcasts together, different things like that. Everybody go ahead and share this video. Everybody go ahead and share this video. Hit that like button. Make sure to hit the chat box. Hit the chat and let me know what city you're tapping in from, what you're blazing, all that shit, man. We're interactive on this channel. We got Baltimore. We got Baltimore in the building. He says, I don't blaze, but I pray daily, my brother. Well, I appreciate you tuning in, man. George, definitely appreciate you tuning in. And I hope you hit that subscribe button. What up, what up, what up? We got Warminster. Warminster? Am I saying that correctly? Hopefully I'm not butchering that too bad. We got Pennsylvania in the building. Clouds Cut Clutch Corner. Triple C. We got Buffalo, New York in the building. Everybody go check out Benny the Butcher's new merchandise for Buffalo. Really great. I was just seeing that before I got started on the stream tonight. Benny the Butcher doing some things. He's doing some things for Buffalo and, to help with everything that's going on, man. Our hearts is with Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Our hearts are with everybody that's going through some of the worst shit right now. But we're a little bit lighter on the show. You know what I mean? We talk about hip hop here, you guys. We keep it lighthearted here. Smoking on that Zaza. Okay, man, I'm about to roll me up some before we get into today's stream. Today's stream, actually. Toledo, Ohio in here. Toledo, Ohio. Hell yeah. We got Toledo. We got Long Island, New York. We got Long Island, New York in here. I'm rolling up a Dutch. Be sure to let me know what you're rolling up with. Be sure to let me know what you're blazing, all that. I conversate with everybody in the chat. We've got a laundry list of things to speak about tonight, you guys. We have got quite a bit to speak on tonight, or today, I should say. We're getting started a little bit early. Wack 100 has responded to the interview on $1 million worth of game from last night, and he had quite a bit to say, you guys. In the first part of the conversation, you'll actually hear, you guys, that Wack didn't even listen to the interview in its entirety. So once again, we're actually getting Wack 100 responding to a conversation he has not even fully listened to. You know what I mean? That's one of the worst things you could do. That's pretty much judging a book by its cover. You know what I'm saying? One of the worst things you can do. I'm about to get this Drunken Monkey twisted up. About to roll a little something up for the stream. Everybody make sure you share this video. Hit that like button. Gonna get started in a few minutes. I'm about to twist something up. Got some Drunken Monkey on deck. You know I always be smoking that flame. For everybody wondering, this is what it is. For anybody wondering what your boy Mikey T is blazing on tonight, this is what it is. Just to bring y'all inside to my reality a little bit. You know, I ask y'all what you guys are smoking, so I figure I can let y'all know what I'm blazing as well. Last night, I actually did a live, and I put it up in a poll. I asked the people, what did you want me to blaze? Runts, sour diesel, you know what I'm saying? Runts, sour diesel, all them shits I had up all there on the list. So make sure you always vote in the polls. I'm going to be putting a poll up in just a few minutes, you guys. I hope everybody in here is, you know, get yourself situated, whether you're just getting back to the crib, whether you're out riding out right now with the boys, or if you're rolling up, you know what I mean, getting your drinks together, make sure you just get yourself situated. We got quite a bit to talk about today. What up, Ram, Peasy, all my guys up in here? What up, Steve Drive? What's popping with you, man? Risk Taker, we got everybody in here. Need y'all to do me a favor, share this video, like this video, and if you're a newcomer, subscribe to the channel. If you have not subscribed to the channel just yet, make sure you subscribe right now. We have quite a bit to go over today. About to get this Drunken Monkey rolled up. Got a fat L right here. You guys. Pretty much as big as you can get it, unless you stuff it. Pretty much as big as you can get it as you stuff it. That's usually how I roll them. You know what I'm saying? Not like I'm rolling backwoods. It's not like I'm putting 3.5 G's in a backwood. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm putting 7 in a wood. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm Keith. And we're going to have some Chief Keef news coming for y'all as well. If anybody wants some Chief Keef news, put the thumb up in the chat. Let me know if that's an artist you guys would be interested in me covering news on. But yeah, let me see here. You guys. We all had to know that Wack 100 was going to reply, right? We all had to know that Wack 100 was going to reply to this situation where Jay Prince pretty much put him on Front Street. He put him on blast because Gillie and Wallow had brought Jay Prince on the channel. You know, he's one of the biggest people that speak out against situations. You know, we saw him speak out for people within Philly. We've seen him actually go to bat for the biggest artist in the game, Drake, who has actually showed love to Gillie in the past as well. You know, we've seen all that. We've seen this in the past. And that's one of the reasons, that's one of the biggest reasons that Jay Prince has made a name for himself. The fact that his pull, his reach goes to such levels where it's even impacting things in the industry today, as I said. You know what I mean? Jay Prince and Larry Hoover Jr. were actually on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast talking about Drake, talking about Kanye West. That's another situation that they're involved with. But Wack 100 said this, you guys. I haven't even watched it all. He say he never talked to me all of a sudden. So Wack was confused right off the bat about what was going on. Let me just clearly bring that to all of your attention. Wack was misunderstood from the jump about what was going on. So Reek explained it to him. Reek was like, he is fabricating text messages showing Gillie. He's saying this is Kanye West texting Wack. It's too much drama with this. And that's what it was revealed that Kanye West actually said in the text messages. It's too much drama involved with this situation for me to want to involve myself. Kanye West probably isn't used to all that drama going around in deals that he's trying to put together. He's like, yo, man, I'm Kanye West. When I snap my finger, a deal comes together. What up, Gio? What up, Jeremy? We got Detroit in the building. Much love to Detroit on the tap in. Appreciate Detroit tapping in tonight. Damn, that drunken monkey's hitting right. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I'm just lit up for the first time on the show. I just lit up for the first time on the show. I hope y'all are ready for an impactful one, you guys. We got an impactful show because Wack 100 is responding to the interview that Gillie did last night. Not only are YouTubers responding to Gillie's interview, but Wack 100 is responding to Gillie's interview. Wack 100 is responding to Gillie's interview, you guys. Wack 100 even said he ran into Gillie Da Kid not too long ago. So listen, Wack said that he hadn't even seen the interview. Reek explained to him that he was basically putting out text messages out there showing a conversation with Kanye West and Wack. And Wack asked, what does Kanye West have to do with me and his case? What does Kanye West have to do with me and his case? And when Wack 100 says, what does Kanye West have to do with it? It's like he's forgetting the part of history when he told the world that he had actually reached out and shown Kanye West the footage. When he had reached out to Kanye West, because we all know Kanye and Drake were actually putting together the concert. The concert came together and it looked like an obvious alley-oop for Wack 100 to bring that shit to Kanye. He's like, oh shit, if I bring this Larry Hoover to Kanye West, that was one of the bargaining chips that Wack obviously had with the woman that he became affiliated with in conjunction with this footage. One of the bargaining chips, I can bring it to Kanye West. I can bring it to major directors. I can bring it to major networks. Anything like this is how I believe, or I would believe, that Wack involved himself further with the project. I was thinking about it earlier. This footage outside of Wack 100's hands, this footage of Larry Hoover in the hands of somebody who doesn't necessarily have the technique or doesn't have the ability to connect with somebody that can put their footage in a good position, then the footage becomes worth what Jay Prince offered for it, $20,000. But when you have somebody in your corner that can actually maneuver for you and make that footage worth 100 times that, you know what I'm saying? When you got a situation like that, then you're going places. But when you just shot the footage and you ultimately got to sell it up for $20,000, that's money you're going to blow through in a relatively short period of time. Appreciate everybody for sharing this video. Appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. Wack 100 had to respond to an interview that he hadn't even watched the whole thing, I guess. Wack, and then he asked, what does Kanye West have to do in this case? And Reek is like, on God, that's what he didn't show. That's what he didn't talk about. Wack is like, I put me in your text messages up. Why did he never address that? He never addressed when he said he never knew I was working with the lady, and I put all the text messages up of him asking me to get this done and get these contracts done and get these clips. Wack said, F me in Kanye West texts. Wack is asking, why didn't Jay Prince respond to me putting all of our text messages up? Well, Wack 100, who just said he did not even watch the whole interview, is mistaken, because Jay Prince did respond to his text messages. Jay Prince said the text messages that Wack 100 was saying were more. Let me get down to the quote of what Jay Prince said, because he said Wack 100's texts made it look like they were talking about apples, and when they was talking about oranges. Wack 100 pretty much manipulated the text messages, is what Jay Prince said. Let me get right here to that actual statement. All the money is good money. This is how he goes. Nope. Sorry about that, you guys. Everybody share this video. We're basically going over Wack 100 responding to Gillie's interview with Jay Prince. My bad about that, you guys. Let me just keep on moving on along with this thing. He said, F me and Kanye West's text messages. And I don't think Kanye wants to play that game with me either. That's a whole different story. But what do me and Kanye West's texts have to do with me and you? What do Kanye West's texts have to do with me and you? So Wack 100 is pushing that narrative right there, when in reality, Kanye West seemingly was the first investor that Wack 100 was going towards. Kanye West, the billionaire. You know what I mean? The billionaire poster boy. What could be the billionaire poster boy of this project? Just like Wack 100 is going to go on to say that he even spoke with Larry Hoover Jr., who was on this show, and he offered him a position to narrate. He actually offered him a position to narrate. But like I was just trying to explain that Wack is kind of confused because Jay Prince did address the text messages between them two. He did address it and how Wack flipped the conversation. You know what I'm saying? But then he also brought up further text messages when Kanye West reached out. When Kanye West actually spoke with Wack 100 about this situation. And then Kanye was like, you know what? Jay Prince is a much better businessman than me. So Kanye West involved Jay Prince is what I'm getting from this whole thing. So Reek is like, he's trying to say when you first came to him with the shit and why he met up with you is because you told him you were the middle person in it. You were actually the middleman person in it. Wack is like, I never came to him with this shit. I sent it to Ye. See, and now Wack is pretty much answering his own question. Wack is, what does Kanye West have to do with this? Kanye West is who you sent the footage to. Why would you be asking any sort of question of what Kanye West has to do with this? Listen, he said, I never came to him with this shit. I sent it to Ye. Ye asked me to meet him. I never came to him. I don't give a F about Jay Prince. He don't move nothing with me. All that shit, how Gillie and Walla over there saying he's OG, and I'm not actually going to repeat what he said. You know what I mean? I'm not going to repeat that shit, what he said. But he said he's calling him an OG, and then F out of here with that shit. So Wack is taking exception to the fact that Gillie and Wallow are calling Jay Prince an OG. He's like, F out of here with that shit. Like, no. Ye told me, Wack, Jay Prince want to holler at you about this. Let's put this together. That's what it is. So I hollered at him about it. So right there, Wack 100 is saying that he hollered at Jay Prince after getting word from, you know what I mean? After getting word from Kanye West about it. And you know what? What Wack 100 is saying right there is pretty much what was revealed in the text messages that Gillie Da Kid read on $1 million worth of game. Jay Prince was brought up by Kanye West. Kanye West was like, you know what? This is a little bit too confusing for me. And the way that Gillie read the text messages, he was a little bit confusing as well because he wasn't actually saying who was saying what. It was all jumbled together. You know what I mean? But sometimes that's difficult when you're showing text messages. You don't necessarily know which is which. You know, especially if it's not your phone. That will get confused a lot of the times when people will screenshot text messages and send them like, yo, this is what the dude's saying. But which one are you? Which one are you? So we didn't necessarily get that type of reading from Gillie where Gillie was like, Wack said this. And then Kanye West responded like that. But from what Wack is saying here, Ye told me, Wack, Jay Prince wants to holler at you about this shit. Let's put it together. So that is seemingly the same conversation right there that Wack is remembering that Gillie and Jay Prince put out on $1 million worth of game the other day. And again, Wack 100 said he didn't watch the interview in its entirety. Wack 100 said he didn't watch the interview in its entirety. And now, you guys, he's actually detailing the same scene that Jay Prince's text messages lay out. So why is it being said by Reek that these text messages are being fabricated? Wack 100 just detailed the same text message that Gillie read out the other night, you guys. You know what I'm saying? It's literally the same thing. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Go ahead and hit that share button. I need everybody to share this video on your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, whatever you can do to share this video, man. You know, I appreciate everybody tapping in. I wanted to get on this topic because last night I had covered Jay Prince coming to interview with Gillie Da Kid. And look, guys, we have already got a response. Wack 100 is going in on Gillie because Gillie calls Jay Prince an OG. Oh, you're going to be like OG this and OG that and some other OG shit that I'm not going to repeat on my channel. Just out of respect, you don't say that shit about another man. We've all seen Fat Joe's interview on DJ Vlad. You don't be bringing up that type of shit. I'm not going to do it on my channel whatsoever. You know, I thought these guys were actually cordial. Wack 100 brought, we're going to get into it in a few seconds. Wack 100 actually brings up running into Gillie and Wallow in Hollywood. I believe he said it was Hollywood. Well, just share the video to whoever you can, man. I appreciate everybody sharing the video. I appreciate everybody hitting that like button. That's right. Hit that like button right now, you guys. Everybody in here, go hit that like button, man. Let's go. So let me see here. So Wack 100 is like, Ye told me Wack, Jay Prince wants to holler at you about this shit. Let's put it together. So I don't see what the big deal is right there. You know what I mean? Kanye West actually has some active involvement. You've got Kanye West telling you, let's do it with Jay Prince, and you back out of it. So now you've solidified your 10%. You've shown the person who created the footage that you can bring something to the table, and now you want to push away from Kanye West, who says, he says, text him, yo, talk to Jay Prince. He handles that shit better than me. And you pull back from Jay Prince after Kanye West just put his thumbprint on the project? Makes no sense. You could have had Drake, you could have had Kanye West both doing interviews for the show as well. But you know what I mean? But he's just not thinking like that. We're going to see how he's thinking in just a few minutes, you guys, because he kind of breaks it down, how he's thinking. So Reek went on. He's like, and then he's saying the lady stole the footage. That's what was said on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, that they took the interview and they ran. They went there to get the interview based on the knowledge of the family sending her in, based on the knowledge that everything she recorded would be brought back to the family. Wack 100 alleges something totally different. You know, this is kind of a sticky situation. I'm hoping it doesn't involve any whiteout. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping it doesn't involve any whiteout. I was literally just listening to some old shit, and it was like I think it was some sort of an NFL contract or something like that, where or to get somebody out of a deal they used whiteout, and it's like wow. And they actually mentioned it because that was like back in the day when, like, I guess people were actually using whiteout for some crazy shit. Nowadays, it's like obvious when you be using some whiteout. I remember being a kid and seeing that whiteout and like, this is some powerful shit. You know what I mean? You white something out and then you write a whole new thing in there. You can do whatever the hell you want with that shit. But what's going to happen with this situation? I can't say, man. Will Wack 100's Larry Hoover footage ever see the light of day? I mean, shit, you guys. Another thing is they say the footage was shot in 1998. at this, or the footage, the audio, I guess it is. I guess it's got to be audio. They shot it in 1998. Otherwise, it would be a bunch of tapes. You know what I'm saying? If it's not audio. So they got the audio, and the audio is pretty much used to detail the story that's going on. Let me put up a poll here, you guys. Let me put up a poll. I'm putting up a poll right now for everybody in the chat to vote. Everybody hit that vote in the chat. Everybody hit that poll. So Wack went off about this assumption that somebody stole the footage. And let's get into Wack's idea of it. Wack is like, how the F did she steal that? So what about the contract I sent you? He's got the contract between her and Larry Hoover. How you steal something you own? Reek is like, the stipulations of that contract are very detailed about how it can be used and what it can be used for. Wack is like, put it like this. At the time the contract was done, now this is where we get like, this is where Wack just goes into the intricate details of this shit, you guys, like we have not heard before. So put it like this. At the time the contract was done, Larry Hoover had the right to put whoever he wanted on the contract. Larry Hoover chose to do an exclusive deal with that lady alone. I have the contract. See what it is, and I get it. A lot of these dudes are nobody. If everybody say he the OG, they go along with it. Nah, that ain't what I do. So when he approached me, I told him straight up, ain't none of that shit happening. What I will do when I get in front of her is put you on the phone. But all of what you talking about is not happening. You could have got mad right there, face to face. You know you wasn't. He started taking pictures and shit. Wack went on. He was trying to gangster the lady, and I wouldn't let it happen. I wouldn't care if the lady could give it away. She could release it to the Cartoon Network. It's hers. I'm just here to make sure she's comfortable. That's it. It's hers to do what she wants. Before I even got involved, I looked over all the paperwork. Now, why wasn't you around when that shit was done, since you've been around this whole time? Now, Wack would go on to explain this shit was actually filmed in 1998. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what Jay Prince was doing in 1998. I'm going to tell you I was 10 years old in 1998, and I was listening to the first DMX albums, and I was having a pretty good time. You know, that's kind of where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate y'all for tapping in tonight. Go ahead and share this video. You guys vote in the poll right now. Everybody vote in the poll. Hope you guys are having a good day. I wanted to go a little bit early, man. This is crazy news right here. This is crazy news right here about, Wack 100 actually, responding to Gillie and Wallow's interview. They responded last night. You know what I mean? Wack responded before he even saw the full interview. You know what I mean? He responded so thoroughly that some of his response actually, it was right alongside what Jay Prince and them were saying, or what Gillie was reading in the text messages. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like he's dissing somebody who's just telling the truth of the story, and then he's repeating the same truth that we had just heard the other night. In reality, that's kind of what it is. But let's get further into it, you guys. Let's get further into it here. Wack is saying, I looked over all the paperwork. Now, why wasn't you around when the shit was done, since you've been around the whole time? Reek is like, he acts like he never met you. He admits he met you because he did it for the old man. Wack is like, He done met me in the club in Houston 2 to 3 times. What is he talking about? Reek is like, he's just like, yeah, he came at this person, that person, Master P, Meek Mill. He started naming all these dudes. Yeah, well, I remember that part. I remember that part. We're actually going to get back into that. You know what I mean? We're actually going to get back into that part because Jay Prince pretty much listed every single person that Wack has been dissing over the last few months. And Wack stood on it. You know what I mean? Wack is actually standing on it, but he's also asking questions in regard to it. You know, he's asking questions. Why does everybody think he went so hard on certain individuals? But Wack goes, here goes the thing. Here goes the thing. This is what Wack said. Here goes the thing. I had come at all those people when I seen you face to face. Wack 100, who was getting called out for dissing all of his quote unquote peers in the industry. I guess you could call them peers in the industry, all the people that he would be hopeful to work with, I'm sure. You know what I mean? All these people, like I've said it before, you would be hopeful to work with certain people like that. You know what I mean? You would be hopeful to work with certain people like that, or you would just take the Cat Stacks route and diss them. You know what I mean? I could do just as many views dissing them if they're not going to work with me. Kind of seems like some sort of a rational thought in some of these blogger wannabes' minds. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like that might be a rational thought in some of their minds. So Wack is like, here's the thing. I had came at all those people before when I seen him face to face. And Reek is like, them text message you put up, he was hella happy and very eager in texting back quick. He was interested in what was going on. Wack is like, at the end of the day, when I told him, look, she's not going to release the footage, the snippets, till the contract is signed. So there you go. So there you go. Yo, Wack. And they said, yo, Wack, can you change the corporation name from this to that? So in response to, you know, signing the contract to get the snippets, they were more concerned because they must have figured they were going to make sure whatever contracts were signed. They were more concerned with actually getting the corporation's name changed. And Wack is using this conversation to pretty much use it as an example of a reason to explain that they knew he was dealing with the project in depth more than just being a middleman. He was somebody who was going to get logos placed. He was somebody who was going to get company representation credited. You know what I mean? That's a little bit deeper than the quote unquote middleman situation. I know in any middleman situations that I've been a part of, you pretty much pass it along and then you're kind of done with it. You know what I'm saying? So Wack 100 obviously had a little bit more to do with this topic. And you know what I'm saying? He obviously had a little bit more to do with this topic. I'm blazing on some Drunken Monkey right now, you guys. I wanted to get into the stream a little bit early tonight, y'all, because we have quite a bit to cover in this conversation. We got quite a bit to cover here. So let me see, where was I? So what you mean? Wack is like, what you mean you didn't know I was doing business? I took a screenshot and sent you what she said. Her words was, Jay Prince and Kanye West need to know if it were not for you, none of this would be happening. What do you mean? What are you talking about? You didn't know what was going on. But because I wouldn't say, all right, OG, I'm meeting her right here, and y'all pull up, y'all roll up. I told him in his face, that ain't happening, bro. What I will do is when I get in front of her, I will put you on the phone with her. That's right. You know, Wack 100 and Wack 100 protecting his investment. You know what I mean? The moment they get that footage and take her out of a creative role, she's going to be out of the situation. That means Wack 100 is out of the situation. You know what I'm saying? That means they're both out of the situation. They're both waived. They get paid off, and there's no future involved with this. And Wack has already come on here and pretty much explained how hard she had to go to actually get, you know what I mean, to get in there. They were talking about such a crazy amount of clearance that she had to get even to do the interview. You know what I mean? Pretty crazy right there, in my opinion, though. Yeah, so Wack kind of like took a jab right there about everybody referring to Jay Prince as an OG because I wouldn't say all right OG. So the audio was actually played next of Larry Hoover Jr. and Jay Prince. Larry Hoover Jr. was saying first he was just the middleman for her because she didn't want to speak to us. Next thing you know, he is the partner. They were kind of looking at that situation like that, like what happened here? First, he's Jay Prince explains it more thoroughly. He said, "What this clown did, head up, we right here. He's with somebody else, but he portrayed to be down with y'all. The only reason I wanted to talk to him is I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt for my brother. And in retrospect, I hear him take a different position, like he was partners with her this whole time. Oh, so this dude is one of them kinds of dudes where all the money is good money. I'm from the school where everybody don't go. And when you're playing with a man's freedom, I took that really personal. Because when he says when you're playing with a man's freedom, he's referring to what they were trying to do with the pardon. Larry Hoover Jr. went over the fact that they had reached out to the attorneys and they asked the attorneys if it would be beneficial to show certain aspects of this interview that Wack and Co. are in possession of, where it goes over his childhood, where it goes over what he did in the community when he was younger, where it goes over his life up until 1998 in Wack 100's words. You know, so Wack 100 is here already saying that they requested snippets, they requested contracts to be signed based on the snippets, which I think anybody could respect. You know, if Jay Prince or whoever is going to continue talking to Wack 100 about corporation names involved with the project, I pretty much think that they were on the right track when it came to that. I pretty much think they were on the right track when it came to that. And again, I'll just say if Kanye West told Wack 100, you know what I mean? I'll just say it again. If Kanye West told Wack 100, yo, let's handle this business with Jay Prince, and then everything will be cool. It's like, why wouldn't you just go along with what Kanye West said? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you just go along with that? You got the ultimate stamp. They just put Kanye West documentary on Netflix, right? Even though Kanye West wanted the final edit or whatever that was all about, they still Netflix was still messing with Kanye West joint, man. But in all honesty, they're gonna get a distributor for this project regardless. I believe somebody tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe that it was Hulu that actually did the Kanye West and the Drake performance. I had thought at one point one of my friends told me that Drake's performance was taken off of it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure it was Hulu that presented the Drake and Kanye West thing. If I'm wrong, my bad. If I'm wrong about that, my bad, of course. But I do believe it was a bigger network that actually put on the show, and premiered the show and shit like that. And we see what's been going on with the verses getting a bigger platform. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see some major shit go on with this. I do believe. I do believe it. Hopefully, everybody can come together. It can be solved in a peaceful manner. You know what I mean? Because it's just crazy because I don't think anybody thought Jay Prince and Wack 100 were going at it, but they've obviously got some really, really salty history. Let me see. It was Amazon. It was Amazon that did it. Yep. Drake and yep. It's streamed on Amazon. Good luck. Good luck, Kitty. Yep. Wow, that's crazy. Streamed on Amazon. So you just see how many different platforms there are. You see how many different platforms there are out there streaming this content. Was it the Fat Joe and Ja Rule verses that streamed on Hulu? But let me get back into this. So, like I said, they were playing the audio of Jay Prince. Jay Prince spoke on the culture, and everyone Wack dissed, as Reek was saying. He was like, "I'm from the school where everybody don't got, and when you playing with a man's freedom, and everybody goes, I stand for the culture. I love the culture. I blaze this trail, and when I see one dude trying to shit on Tupac, trying to shit on Nipsey, trying to shit on the homie Big U, trying to shit on Master P, Meek Mill, I see him get in a podcast with another rat and go off on 21 Savage. He's the type of dude that will shit in the bed and blame it on the baby. And Jay Prince had one other quote. He said, "Just for the record, I want all the smoke because I know how to put that out. Because I know how to put that out." And that's something, like I said a little bit earlier, we all know Jay Prince for putting out that smoke, you guys. We all know Jay Prince for keeping it real when it comes to these different type of situations. Jay Prince has been involved with a few from actual industry individuals that I know about, so there must be a whole lot of others. You know, we all heard the story about Gillie and Jay Prince now, the whole story that 8 Ball stopped his verses about. You know what I'm saying? So Wack responded to what Jay Prince said, though. Wack is like, here's the thing. Here is the thing. All of that happened before I saw you. So they saying the lady stole her footage. You know, these people never seen the footage. They never seen it. Him, the family. Do you know who's interviewing Larry? The lady. Why? That shit is crazy. But then the son, that's the same dude I seen face to face. I talked to him 2 months ago with his attorneys. He's the one who told me Jay Prince didn't send me none of the clips of my father. That's Larry Hoover's son that was talking. I just seen him in Miami. That's the dude I approached. I said, "You want to narrate this?" When they do the editing, he said, "Let me call my pops and see if they give me the green light." Then I seen him in Miami. He was in the same box watching the concert for like 3 hours. We were in the same box watching the concert for like 3 hours. So right there, Wack 100 already not necessarily went behind Jay Prince's back. You know what I mean? You know, it's not like a young jock and a block thing that we're talking about here. You know what I mean? But the fact that he kind of went to Larry Hoover Jr. and asked him to narrate, which I don't know if I really agree with. You know what I mean? So you've got 5 hours of Jay Prince talking, and you need somebody to narrate the show. The fact that you've got 5 hours of somebody talking, you should easily be able to split that up into at least 40 or 50 shows. You know what I'm saying? You should at least be able to split that up. You know what I mean? A number of times. You know what I mean? You use a little bit of the narration at the beginning, use a little bit of that at the end. Shit. Sometimes even quotes. One quote is used to start off a whole show, and they'll base a whole show on a quote. Do I really need to spoon feed this? Do I really need to spoon feed this to people that are already in the industry? Dudes are talking about, no disrespect to Larry Hoover Jr., of course. I loved what he was doing on the $1 million worth of game interview. You know what I'm saying? But you've got Larry Hoover already. How about maybe in the future, Larry Hoover Jr. comes on and narrates the show? But right now, you've got 5 hours of Larry Hoover. Why would I want anybody else but Larry Hoover to narrate the show? Makes absolutely no sense. I'm sorry. I'm just being real here. And that's Wack 100's business move. That's Wack 100's business move. But the same guy at the beginning of everything that we're talking about, he said he hadn't even seen the interview in its entirety that he's responding to. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. You know, when you're responding to an interview that you actually haven't even seen, it says a lot. It says a lot. You know what I mean? Just like Wack kind of gets on Reek's ass about not having news up at 6 a.m. in the morning, like their Channel 6. You know, Wack needs to watch these clips in order to be educated enough to actually talk about them on his Clubhouse, on his podcast. And that's not a diss. That is just a fact. You know what I mean? That is not a diss. That is just a fact. That's why academics pulled up on. He pulled up on him. Yo, bro, some of the stuff you're talking about, there's no backbone to it. Some of the stuff you're talking about, there's no fact to it. Some of the stuff you're talking, I wouldn't put a stack on it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, you guys? Wack 100 has responded to Gillie's interview already. Some people were asking Wack, Gillie, why didn't Gillie call you before the interview? Why didn't Gillie check in with you before? What? Who's going to check in with somebody? You know what? Sometimes when I interview artists and I be sending them the interview clips, they be getting annoyed by that shit. I can tell. It's like, yo, I know what I said in the interview. We good. I know what I said in the interview. What's good with you, Night Man? Appreciate you for tapping in, brother. Much love. KD, what's going on? Everybody in here, share this video for me. Let's go. We got a hell of a live to talk about tonight. Wack 100 already responded to Gillie Da Kid, y'all. He already responded to Gillie Da Kid. He's already responded to Jay Prince. You know, Reek brought up the fact that Jay Prince was going in on him for dissing a who's who of the music industry, from Meek Mill to Master P. You know what I'm saying? All these people Wack has taken shots at. He brought up Pac. Wack is like, here's the thing. All of that happened before I saw you. So this saying the lady stole her footage, you know these people never seen the footage. They never seen it. Him, the family. You do know who's interviewing Larry. The lady. That shit is crazy. But then the son, that's the same dude I seen face to face. I talked to him 2 months ago with his attorney, and he's the one who told me Jay Prince didn't send him none of the clips of his father. That's Larry Hoover's son that we was talking to. I just seen him in Miami. That's the dude I approached. I said, you want to narrate this when they do the editing? He said, let me call my pops and see if they give me the green light. Then I seen him in Miami, and we was in the same box watching the concert for 3 hours. Wack is like, how is the lady going to steal something that is hers? You know, a lot of shit is being put on this footage being stolen. You know what I mean? The interviewer running off. You know what I'm saying? All that. They're juicing it up. You know what I mean? They're juicing it up. They offered $20,000 for the footage. Sometimes you just got to know when something is worth more. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to just know when something is worth more. And I think anybody with any sense would know that when you're getting offered $20,000 for something, and people are foaming at the mouth to get their hands on that. You know what I'm saying? But I think there's a bigger play here. There's a bigger play here than just $20,000. You know what I mean? There's a bigger play overall. You know, you can do right to appease the family. You can do right to help yourself. Now, at this point in time, they were actually trying to solidify a pardon for Larry Hoover, who's facing 6 life sentences right now. Right now, he's at the position in his life where he needs the presidential pardon. And that's why Jay Prince was on Gillie's channel talking about the fact that this footage that they have could humanize him when they were and that's why Larry Hoover's son reached out to their attorneys and was like, yo, would this footage be good? And they're like, yes, it will be good for the pardon package. The world changes, you know what I mean? Different things happen, other people get put in position, and the world changes. So one thing is going to be brought up. It's something that Kanye West did. Wack 100 is going to bring that up. We're going to get into it in just a second. We're about to get into that in just a second, what he actually said. So Wack is like, so the lady is going to steal something that is hers. I'm trying to figure out whatever went on. I'm just trying to figure it out. Now he's going to get into all the beef. Whatever went on with Meek, what was said about Master P, I don't know where he's going with the Tupac shit. All that shit that was mentioned was said before you saw me. So why didn't you address it when you seen me? It smells like, Jay Prince, you scared. When you saw me, you didn't say none of that. Reek is like, same reason Hassan didn't say something. And I don't know why Reek mentioned Hassan. I don't really think you want to open up that can of worms. You know what I mean? Unless they just want to, you know what I mean, for the views. But I kind of think that Hassan kind of checkmated that whole situation. We'll have to see how it plays out in the future. You know what I mean? It kind of seems like to me like there might not be any more audio left. Maybe there was a little bit of an exaggeration on how much audio there was. Everybody's always exaggerating, except for me when I told y'all that I actually accidentally shut off the music at Drake's video shoot or French Montana's video shoot for Pop That. I'll take that one. That was my bad. I accidentally tripped up the wires. All the music got shut off. Drake's outfit actually got ruined, but that's another story. Mm. No, I don't know. I mean, shit, she could have. I don't know. I really don't know about that, Cappy. I don't know about that when it comes to the 20 bands. You know what I mean? Because shit, anybody that sees an offer when you go and you paid, because I mean, shit, she had to pay some money to get this interview done. Because let me tell you, she probably had to do a little bit of traveling. You know what I mean? So you're pretty much only going to be like, all right, I'm going to get 20 times my money. You know what I mean? Depending on how much she had to spend on the travel and shit like that. So let me see. So Wack went on. Listen, he's like, but I'm still trying to figure out why are they always referencing Tupac and Nipsey? Listen, if someone tells me that's like me, if someone tells he went into this whole scenario. If somebody tells me that's like me getting mad at Cadillac Ta because he says Eminem is garbage, I'm going to tell you, nah, I don't think Eminem is garbage. Cadillac Ta is going to tell you, no, he's garbage, man. F his numbers. He's garbage and he ain't a legend. I don't know that Cadillac Ta ever said that about Eminem. You know what I mean? Maybe Cadillac Ta isn't an Eminem fan. I'm not too sure. But it's like, why throw that up there as the example? You know what I mean? Unless I guess they must have had that conversation before. You know what I mean? And I'm not just trying to stick up for Eminem or anything like that. I'm just talking about in reference to the Eminem diss track that's supposedly supposed to be coming out from the game. Seems like Wack 100 is kind of warming up to that about the conversation that Eminem is garbage. Because I'm going to be honest with you, like I don't remember any conversation about Eminem being garbage. I don't think that's a conversation that people really have. Even the game misspoke on his recent interview with those NFL athletes on the NFL podcast that he did. The game even misspoke on there because he said that Eminem's music doesn't play in locker rooms. Like, come on, game. Are you kidding me? I don't think the locker rooms are playing This Is How We Do. I'm not playing that in a room with 50 other men. I'm sorry, game. But I think they are playing Lose Yourself. I think they are playing Not Afraid. I'm not trying to play How We Do up in the showers, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to play How We Do after on halftime. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna run up in there like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, game. So that's kind of like people be like just over assuming to assume shit like that. Like there's a reason that there's all these commercials of the Eminem anthems like Lose Yourself actually playing during like the Super Bowl and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? How We Do probably played at the Super Bowl in 2005. You know what I mean? Maybe 2006. Mhm. One last thing. What up, Belicio? Appreciate you for tapping in. I was just giving my take on that. Yep. Yep. He's trying to build up the controversy. He's trying to make it look like people out there actually say Eminem is whack. I remember I had a conversation with Domination who actually said he would go to New York. He would go and say that Eminem wasn't whack. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of odd. But maybe that's why he was saying that, because some people were saying Eminem was whack and shit. But I'm more so disagreeing with the fact that no one like I don't remember too many conversations of anyone saying Eminem's bars were whack or Eminem's lyrics were whack. But also the conversation about Eminem's music playing during sports events. Like I'm really, really shocked that the people running that podcast didn't say anything about the game actually saying that, because that actually just sounds like totally off to me. You know, some people just get on the internet and say anything though. You know what I mean? Some people literally log on here just to say the F word like 50 times in a row. It's like, yo, man, can't you just like come on my channel and not say the F word 50 times in a row? Like, bro, like I come on here for like 3 hours every night, and I keep my composure, except when we be getting a little bit crazy with it. Well, you gotta chill out. You gotta chill out in the chat, man. We're not on here just, I'm on here telling both sides of the story, man. We're telling it from Wack's side, we're telling it from Gillie's side, we're telling it from Jay Prince's side. We're not taking any sides in here, man. We're not taking any sides in here, you guys. This is actually called reporting the news. Um so Wack went into this whole story about how so I guess me saying that at the time of his death he was not a musical legend, that's me shitting on someone. Now he's going to start addressing, Wack 100 is addressing all of the issues that he's being called out for. He's saying the fact that he didn't consider Nip a legend beforehand is him shitting on someone. He's like, nah, that's just me. That's just not jumping on the bandwagon. I don't know what they're talking about. Tupac, I stand on that. He effed up a whole dynasty. He did that. The cold part is, what everybody, you go to sleep. He said, the cold part about it is, that everybody, and you go to sleep. He's talking about Jay Prince here. You go to sleep and you feel like because you was in my face and you had nothing to say. F these podcasts, F this YouTube. Me and you laugh and you snickered in my face, all smiles. All this shit you had mentioned had already been in the air. And you should have said, I don't F with you because of this and this and that and this and this and that and this. And you had none of that to say. I don't know what the other dude is talking about. I'm trying to sell it back to him. Y'all the one trying to give the lady $20,000 for her work. Reek asked, here's the question. So Reek comes in, right? Reek is like, so here's the question. Here's the question that everybody has. Reek, work on this one the next time you ask the question like this, bro. Like, bro, because you are in the position that so many people want to be in, Reek. And I'm not talking about myself because I'm happy right here doing my thing. But you're in a position that a lot of these other dudes on Clubhouse want to be in, where you can legitimately ask Wack 100 whatever the hell you want to ask him. So here's Reek, right? And here's the question. Do you even have the right to sell that? So Reek came with his question that he thought the whole world wanted to hear. Just work on that one for me, Reek. Just work on that one for me, man. You know, because next time you do a whole drum roll for your question, just saying, work on that one for me. But anyways, so he said, here's the question. Do you even have the right to sell that? Wack is like, yeah, that's her shit. I'm just there to make sure she's straight and secure, and whatever decision she makes, I ain't even did no paperwork with her. Are you serious? Are you serious? Wack 100 is going to go on Clubhouse and say, I didn't even do no paperwork with her to where I'm locked into anything. She can do anything she wants. She can sell it for $1 today. All she wants to do is the project with the family. Jay Prince won't get out of the way, though. So Wack said they filmed it in 1998. Where was Jay Prince then? She wants to do the project with the family. She needs that. You know what I mean? She needs that. She needs that opportunity to do the project with the family, you guys, or else the project probably won't get released and they won't make any De Niro cash money. They won't get no bread out of the whole situation. You know what I mean? They're not going to be able to cake up if they can't get the proper paperwork signed off on in this situation. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be able to cake up in this situation if they can't get it signed off on. And that's the bottom line. But Wack says, yes, that's her shit. I'm just here to make sure she's straight and secure whatever decisions she makes. I ain't even did no paperwork with her to where I'm locked into anything. She can do anything she wants. She can sell it for $1. Like Wack said earlier, she could sell it to the Cartoon Network. I mean, Wack, that wouldn't be that bad of a sale. I mean, if the Cartoon Network is going to pick it up, I would assume that would probably be the top offer. You know what I mean? I assume that would even be a better offer than like Revolt TV. You know what I mean? If the Cartoon Network is coming after your footage, man, I'm considering that to be quite a hefty check. You know, so that joke really didn't land. But he's like, Wack is like, 99% of the people talking the shit they talk ain't never met the man. All right, so hold on. I gotta bridge that in better. My bad. So she can say she can sell it for $1 today. All she wants to do is do the project with the family. Jay Prince won't get out of the way, though. So Wack is saying that Jay Prince is the one holding this whole situation up. Wack went on. He said 99% of the people talking the shit they talk ain't never met the man. Ain't never seen the man. Look what he said right there. 99% of the people talking the shit they talk ain't never met the man, ain't never seen the man. And shit, we just had a very, very practical story. You know what I mean? They had a very practical story, or a very recent story, I should say, that Gillie Da Kid revealed to everybody, where he didn't even know who Jay Prince was. Yet all the commotion at the PLP, the parking lot pimping event, Gillie Da Kid and them jumped in the whip, and they was getting their head. Is he gone yet? Did we make it out of the hood yet? Are we out of the hood yet? We good? Is he gone? You know what I'm saying? That's what Gillie was saying they was doing in the whip and shit like that. Let me, where's my kush, man? Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. I got the, I'm smoking on this tonight, you guys, if anybody was wondering what I'm blazing on. If If y'all want to put what you're blazing on in the chat, I'll shout you out. Just make sure to put a star emoji by it. We ain't done with the news, though, man. We got some dope news here. Last night, I actually did a recap of Gillie's interview. Gillie was reading text messages between Wack 100 and Kanye West. Wack 100 asked, what does this shit with Kanye West have to do with? Wack 100 pretty much detailed everything that Gillie read last night, you guys. You know what I mean? So it's really, we can really see this situation for what it is right now. Wack 100 and Jay Prince are both telling the truth about Kanye West's involvement. They both said the same thing. Kanye West, from the text message we read, or Gillie read, told Wack 100, situation's a little funny, a little complicated for his mind. Talk to Jay Prince. Wack 100 said Kanye told him to holler at Jay Prince about the business. Either way, you got Kanye West involved. You know what I mean? Yo, Mikey T, holler at Jay Prince about the album. I'm going to do an album with you, Mikey T. This is Kanye West. He's going to do the Mikey T, the movie star album. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do the album with you, man. Holler at Jay Prince. He's going to executive produce that shit. He's the liaison. He handles business better than me. All right, man, I'm heading to Texas. I'm going to start working with Prince, man. I like the idea of that, man. Let's get working on the Mikey T, the movie star project. Probably a project, not an album, you guys. It would be a project. You know what I'm saying? Then you got your liaison right there. That's why Jay Prince is involved. That's why he's involved. The connection to Kanye West. Kanye West just had his documentary on Netflix. You can go on Amazon. You can go on Netflix. I'm going to pull a classic Diddy line here. You can go on Netflix, or you cannot go on Netflix. No, listen to me. Listen to me. You can go on Netflix. You can go on Netflix, or you cannot go on Netflix. What did he say? He's like, you could go on the album, or you can not go on the album. Let your best friend know Mikey T runs these YouTube streets. Let your best friends out there know Mikey T runs these YouTube streets. I run this shit. Just like 50 said, I run New York. I run these YouTube streets. Nightman smoking on that strawberry bliss. Strawberry bliss. Don't forget to put the star emoji up to show some love. Let me see what's up with the chat. Do you think Gillie will respond to Wack 100 dissing his interview with Jay Prince? 51% of the people say no, Gillie will not respond. 51% of the people say Gillie will not respond. Dude. All right, let me see where I'm at with this because we're about to get to the Gillie stuff. So Wack is like 99% of the people talking the shit they talk ain't never met the man, never seen the man. The man never did a day in jail talking about all this work. I think you the rat. I done did my time. I done walked mine off. I think you're the rat of all this. You saying you did the feds? You the rat. I don't know. Wack done did his time. I don't have no Codys. I sent everybody home. I don't know. Wack says, I got no Codys. I don't have no Codys. I sent everybody home. He was kind of getting into his Denzel from Training Day right there. I sent everybody home, man. So Reek is like, they keep trying to make it look like there's footage that they have seen that could get him released from prison. That's one of the biggest things about this that is making people hate on Wack 100. Reek is right. Reek is right to bring that up. You know what I mean? You can say what you want. You can say what you want, but Reek has to bring up these touchy subjects, or else the clubhouse or the YouTube videos aren't going to work if they're always just talking about everything, that is in favor of them. They got to talk about the fact right here. They got to talk about this fact right here that Wack 100 is getting highly scrutinized right now for potentially, withholding footage that could have helped get Larry Hoover pardoned when the time was right. That's one of the big reasons that a lot of people are really losing respect for Wack 100 right now in this situation. Never mind all the shit of the exposed conversations. There's a whole new reason that we're losing respect for Wack once again. So I want to hear Wack's response to this, man. Let's see how he can make this right. Listen, he said, they have never seen this footage in their life. Jay Prince, none of them. The only one that has seen 2 to 3 minutes of it is Kanye West on my FaceTime. They never seen it. My little homie Third, I think that's his artist, watched like 20 minutes of it. It's like 4 to 5 hours. They've never seen nothing, and they don't know what he's talking about. Well, Wack is saying they don't know what he's talking about. But if the woman went there and interviewed him, they could have viewed the questions. She could have told them. I don't really know much of how all the footage came together. You know what I mean? Because Wack 100 was saying some shit of she had to get a presidential order, or she had to get some sort of an order from the White House in order to get this interview or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure if that's completely accurate. I mean, an order from the president sounds like, it sounds like a freaking tale. It sounds like a tall tale, as they say. But, Reek is, or Wack 100 is talking about what's going on in his career, and you can't hate on him for that, man. He's talking about what's going on in his career, and he's becoming one of the most interesting people on the internet. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. The guy is finding a different way every day to captivate an audience. You know what I mean? He expects everybody on the 100 show to be up at 6 o'clock reporting, you know what I mean, in the morning, getting ready for what's going on. But I'm just saying, if I could offer any sort of constructive criticism, it would be to actually take a little bit of time to actually listen to the topics that you're going to respond to, and maybe getting Reek some of those ideas. Because, I don't know, the conversation seems a little bit off sometimes. Like, it's like they're not really on the right page, to be 100% honest with you guys. So let's see here. Man. The interview was done in a prison visit. Okay, hold on one second. Reek came in. They act like there's something on there that the dudes are withholding to not let them get out of jail. So good. We're going to hear Wack's response to this. Wack said the interview was done in a prison visit room behind the glass. Do you know what happens at the glass of the prison visit room? They're recording what you're saying. So what the F do you think was really said? What was really said? Really? It's just a man telling his story. That's it. Well, I mean, Wack, you're saying that they record everything at the prison visit. You know what I mean? They record everything that's happening between the glass, between the people there. They're recording the whole conversation. Like, obviously, they're not looking for any bad parts of the conversation to give to the pardon board. They're not going to send up some gangsta part of the conversation that they're having. Actually, I don't even think Larry Hoover's probably having those conversations at this point in his life, based on what Wallow was saying about him on the show. You know what I mean? The guy could be a true asset from what Wallow was saying on the show. And also the fact of the matter is, Wack 100 withholding this evidence for them to put together, everything would have made their relationship go so smoothly. Like if Wack 100 would have just put up some of the clips, kept the relationship cordial with the family, kept the relationship good with Jay Prince, had Kanye West in the tuck as the executive producer, that's where this project makes the most sense. But instead, just like he's dissing Meek Mill, instead of mending the bridge, mending the fence, you know what I mean, to get Meek Mill on the Drillmatic album, you know what I mean? He's just working against himself, man. Wack is like, so if you think a man telling his story is going to free him from 6 life sentences, I gave you too much credit. If you're telling me a man simply telling his story is going to free him from 6 life sentences, then go ahead, bro. You run with that. And whoever else wants to run with that, you run with that. Just keep running and don't look back. Because anybody with half a brain is going to know that shit doesn't make sense. Wack has a point. Wack has a point here, you guys, to a certain degree. But what Jay Prince was saying, he had a point as well. Jay Prince was saying they wanted to use the footage to actually humanize the man, to actually paint the man in a picture that would look good for the president's people reading for the pardon. That's where they are with it now. So Wack is like, who made a move that's going to get him out of jail? This is where Wack 100 actually gave Kanye West some credit. You know who made a move that's going to get him out of jail? Kanye. When he did that shit to get the One-Step Act reinstated, that is what gave him the action to get an appeal. He's appealing 6 life sentences. All he's doing is telling his life story till 1998. This shit was filmed in 1998. This is 1998. That's what Wack 100 made sure to clarify, that the footage was actually from 1998, or the audio recording, from 1998. But now we're going to get into Wack 100 going in on Gillie here, talking about running into Gillie and Wallow in Hollywood. Gillie and Wallow brought Jay Prince on their channel, and one of the bigger things that Jay Prince is speaking on right now is Larry Hoover and his freedom. Kanye West and Drake did a concert to support him, and so it was inevitable pretty much that Wack 100 came up. But Gillie and Wallow were not the ones to bring up Wack 100. It was something that Jay Prince brought up because of the fact that he said, we're $1 million worth of game. I need to enlighten the youth. I need to give all the game to the youth, because he knows the youth is watching the show. Gillie's show is pretty much triggered towards the youth. We're talking Kodak Black. We're talking Little Durk. We're talking Bobby Shmurda. We're talking all these artists, you guys. We're talking these artists that are literally the top artists of today. So when Jay Prince goes on $1 million worth of game, he knows everybody's watching, So that's why Wack 100 responded before even seeing the interview. Wack said, we'll see each other again. I'll run into them. I ain't tripping. The homie Master P, the homie Tupac, everything that had been said was said before I saw you. Someone in the clubhouse said, someone said Wallow probably told Gillie we have to dress this with Wack. And so there again we go with somebody insinuating that Wallow and Gillie are going to call somebody when they do an interview with somebody, that they're going to check in about an interview. What do you expect? Does anybody really expect Gillie to censor the name, delete the content involving Wack 100? That's all that I could imagine that Wack 100 would have called Gillie and asked him to do. Yo, I see you posted on your channel. that you got an interview with Jay Prince. You know, Jay Prince and myself actually have an issue going on right now. We got love for each other, Gil. Wallow. We've done shit for each other. Would you please edit out anything that's involved with the interview in regard to me? Maybe Wack was going to be on that vibe. You know what I mean? I don't see Gillie and Wallow editing themselves. You know what I mean? I don't see Gillie and Wallow really editing themselves in this situation. So let's get on with it. Reek is like, check this out, Wack. It's not the type to stand here. Wack is not the type of dude to stand here and let a dude talk about another guy. If he's in a room and you talking about someone he messed with, he's not going to go for that. Wack is like, it'll be all right. I'll run back into them. Hey, Gillie and Wallow, we're going to holler, bro. I will see y'all somewhere. Swallow that however you want to swallow it. We will holler. Wack always be somewhere. Someone said, you done effed up now. Talking about Gillie and Wallow. Wack replied, nah. Wack has shut that down. Nah. I just want to look them in the eyes and see where they're at. Wack said, Gillie and Wallow, we gonna holler. Wack always be somewhere. Wack was asked, why wasn't he called when Jay Prince was there? He was asked this a second time now. Why wasn't he called? Because Gillie and Wallow were doing an interview. Doesn't make sense, but you know what? I've been in situations like that before when I've done interviews with people and then people bug out. You know what I mean? They bug out, but then they're like, all right, man, I understand you're doing the media shit. You're trying to build your name. You know, I'm going to fall back on that note. You know what I'm saying? You're at the G Unit offices, Mikey T. That's cool, man. You was holding 50 Cent's Mood Man when it said don't touch on there. Yeah, I was holding 50's Mood Man. My bad, Fifth. Fifth is going to be like, well, the Mood Man is actually broke, Mikey T. I need the money by Monday. I don't know if any other... Let me know. Any other bloggers, drop a comment on this video. Did you go to the G Unit, this is 50 offices, and hold the Moon Man? Let me know. Let me know in here. Let me see where we at with this. Where we at? My bad, y'all. So Wack was asked why didn't they call him about the interview. Wack actually revealed, I just seen them last week in Hollywood. He just seen him in Hollywood. Dudes is out in Hollywood now, man. Dudes is out in Hollywood. Dudes is out in Hollywood living, baby. So I just seen them last week in Hollywood. I just seen them last week in Hollywood. I ran into them. Everything was laughs and jokes. This dude, Jay Prince is like, I'm reaching to the urban and the hip hop community. Man, leave the community and you come holler at me. I want all the smoke. I ain't on the internet. What you doing on the internet? That's what Jay Prince said. I want all the smoke. I ain't on the internet. Wack replied, what are you doing on the internet? I like the fact when I put someone on the ropes because he is running from me. The text messages, he don't want to address them. Someone checked in on the clubhouse and said it was content for the $1 million worth of game and that Wack 100 really shouldn't be reading into this so much. You know what I mean? Wack replied, I'm just going to look them in the eye. Ask them where we're at with it. Depending on what they say is depending on where it go. I ain't tripping. I don't give a F about nothing. It is what it is. I ain't tripping. It's that simple. Where y'all at with it? Where y'all at with it? Depending on what they saying is depending on what it's going to be. If it's F me, we're going to tear it up on the spot. Damn. Wack went into actually running into Gillie and Wallow. He said, Wack went on, he's like, here go the thing though. I kind of appreciate it because it let me know he's scared. He said, here go the thing though. I kind of appreciate it because it let me know he's scared. You a coward because you didn't tell me that in my face. I seen these dudes in the lobby. I'm looking at Gillie and Wallow a little different because if y'all felt like that, we could have tore the lobby up. I was dolo. Look at that point right there that he's just making. Wack 100 is saying he ran into Gillie and Wallow in Hollywood, and Wack is pretty much saying that they should have let him know when they saw him in person. Yo, Wack, just letting you know, we actually did an interview with Jay Prince. But you know what? Wack 100 could be off. Wack 100 could be off in that situation as well, you guys. Wack 100 could be off because of the simple fact that Gillie might not have filmed the interview at that time. You know what I'm saying? Gillie might not have filmed the interview at that time, you guys. So he could be 100% off in the whole situation. So the courtesy call came up. Reek, I know they're listening now because they know that shit was weird. Wack is like, let me tell you something about me. I always run into dudes, bro. I know where dudes be all the time. I'm going to run into them and we going to holler. I'm going to look them in their eye and ask one question. What's happening? They got my number. What gets me is I just seen them. I just seen them face to face. They walked. I was sitting down. They saw me before I saw them. They grabbed me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, what's up? What's up now?" They was doing a little joke. They were messing around. They were having fun. They were having fun. Everybody's out there in Hollywood running around having fun. You know what I mean? I think it's like Wack said, it was jokes. It was smiles. These dudes are getting the opportunity to run around in Cali right now and do their thing. They're getting the opportunity to run around all these different states and do their thing. I think Wack is reading a little bit too much into it. These guys literally came on his podcast and they were endorsing every single one of his products. Don't they realize they charge thousands of dollars to actually do that? And they were doing it for you guys for out of the love. They were doing it out of the love. No, well, that's not accurate, Eric. I'm saying they did it after they ran into Wack 100 because Jay Prince addressed all of those issues. You know what I'm saying? Jay Prince actually addressed all those issues. But the fact that they ran into Gillie in Cali, they all ran into each other in Cali. Gillie went to Texas to actually film the interview. So I have a feeling that Gillie actually, you know what I'm saying, did the interview after he had seen Wack 100. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on here. Damn, my bad. My Instagram was just freezing up. Yeah, everybody on here can follow me on the gram too. If y'all on the gram, y'all can follow me on there. Let's get back into this news though. I'm posting my Instagram up if anybody wants to follow me. Let's get back into this news though. So someone in the clubhouse is like, I think they F with you, man. I don't think an element of the interview is they showed their cards, that they're intimidated by their presence. as well as yours. And that's why they didn't get involved. Gillie and Wallow did not get involved in the interview. You know what I'm saying? They let Jay Prince say what he was going to say. They're not going to censor Jay Prince. What would they look like censoring anybody? Reek interjected. So getting involved is saying the homie ain't no rat? I ain't fitting to let you do that. So he replied, yeah, because that's picking a side. Reek went in. That's not picking a side. Put it like this. Put it like this then. Jay Prince doesn't respect them as men. I came over here, talked about a dude who you be around, and he probably left the studio and was like, these dudes is. Reek basically said that Jay Prince was probably feeling like a certain way about Gillie Da Kid and Wallow after he left, knowing that he actually came on their show and just dissed somebody that they're around. You know what I mean? Wack is like, bro, I ain't giving an F about none of that. When I see them, I'm going to ask one question. Depending on how the answer is, depending on how it's going to go, take it how you want to take it. If they want to have my number, I done texted them at all and they didn't respond. Ho shit. Dudes on the ho shit. And that ain't cool. Wack addressed Wallow. Wallow, I'm the same dude that reached out to you. I done looked out for you like you done looked out for me. If you can't get on the phone with me, then that's telling me what it is. Maybe you've been on too long. When I run into them, I'm going to ask one thing. It's the simple. Hey, what's going on? You really let a dude disrespect my name like that? You been ignoring? We're going to get down. It's going to go wherever it go. If you think it's holler at me when I see you, I'm going to ask you and do what it do. I'm not tripping. Yeah, so Wack 100 had that to say about this whole incident. Wack 100 had that to say about the whole incident that Gillie Da Kid went in on tonight, you guys. Pretty crazy situation tonight, man. You know, I just wanted to go over it all. Gillie Da Kid, Wack 100. Gillie Da Kid and Wack 100 going through it tonight. All over the Jay Prince interview. I guess he would have rathered that he did not actually do that interview. The interview's in the can at this point. It's pretty much a whole interview with Jay Prince referring to Wack 100 as Officer Rat 100. And that's pretty much what Wack 100 is going through the roof about. And that's why he wants to ask Gillie and Wallow, seemingly face to face, like, why would you let somebody disrespect my name like that on your channel? That's pretty much what he wants to ask him. I'm going to be doing another live video tonight at 10:30, you guys. That's right. We're going to be addressing a couple other major topics tonight. I just wanted to let you guys know there. I just wanted to let you guys know that I will be live on the channel at my standard time tonight. Let me see. Where's this Kush? I will be going live at my standard time, you guys. So I really appreciate everybody for tapping in for this live episode. Everybody can follow me on the gram. If you haven't already, y'all can follow me on the gram. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now. You heard? If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now. I will be coming back for an episode tonight, though, you guys, at my standard time of 10:30. Going to be speaking about Joel Santana, 50 Cent, Slow Bucks, Lloyd Banks. We're going to be speaking on all that tonight, you guys. Majorly appreciate everybody tapping in, though. Let's go. Let's get it. Make sure if you're not subscribed to this channel, you subscribe right now. I'm going to end this video out. I wanted to come on here for a short live podcast just to address everything. When I do a short one, it's usually about 90 minutes. So I'll catch you on here later at 10:30 p.m. If you're watching this on repeat, I pretty much go live at 10:30 p.m. most nights. So make sure you tap in with Mikey T, the movie star. I'm up out of here, you guys. Peace.